Alrighty, we're back on the channel for another week of tipping. Round 17 is just around the corner. Do we want to talk about the tipping comp?
Absolutely.
Because it's been absolutely heated.
Heating up. We've had our top three tipsters,
Yep.
Mark L, Vancy, and David J. They've been leading from front. They've all hit triple figures.
Triple figure tips, yeah.
All
You're right.
101.
Yep.
Margin separating Mark from Vancy and David.
Jay.
Very, very, very close.
It
Now,
is.
these guys have been top three, top four almost all season.
Yep.
So, leading the pack.
Yep.
And there's a close chasing pack behind them with Jared, Vaughan, Kobe,
Yep.
Fatah, Kirk,
And
Dean,
R.
Luke. Even as I'll go down to as far as yourself down in 14th. I'm
Yeah.
sitting somewhere on 34. I think I'm sitting on 90 tips. So
Yep.
my season is almost as close to over as possible. But we fight to the end of the season because you never know what happens. I think I might have to go completely haywire or some upsets.
And tip some upsets, yeah.
Yeah.
That showdown from the weekend would have been a great upset for
That's
people
the
to
one,
tip.
yeah. And I stopped. It's only like recently I started trusting Carlton, so I was tipping him.
I swore I wasn't going to tip Carlton again this year, early in the year, but they've somehow got me tipping them because their form just standing up. Round
Very
17.
interesting. Yes. Do you want to kickstart us off?
Yes. Thursday night, Geelong versus Brisbane, 4th versus 5th. GMHBA Stadium.
7:30 p.m.
It is going to be a hell of a blockbuster, to say the least.
The little birdie's telling me you're making the trip down the highway.
Yes, so me and a good mate of ours, Brother Wads, we are hopefully planning on heading down to...
You're going from the other side of the... You're going to take the boat from Sorrento, or you're going to drive?
Nah. I'm going to probably catch the V-line, actually.
Okay.
Probably head straight there from work.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, I realise for you guys...
I'm not going to lie, there's no other game that's ever going to take me to GMHBA Stadium.
fair
But
enough.
Collingwood had never played Geelong there.
This sounds like a great game to go.
Yeah, no big Victorian team is going to play Geelong at GMHBA Stadium. So Brisbane's the closest thing to a big team that's going to play them down at GMHBA Stadium. So we thought, why the hell not? We've never been to...
That's a great idea.
We've never been to GMHBA Stadium. I think we've been to Skilled Stadium, but never GMHBA Stadium, which I think they're the same thing, aren't they?
Same thing.
Yeah.
But they've done the renovation, so...
Since then, is
Massive.
what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, hopefully we're going to head down there to watch what's going to be a massive blockbuster on the weekend. Geelong have been travelling okay the last couple of weeks. I wouldn't say they've been flying.
They've been getting the job done.
Yeah.
I think they lost to Adelaide. Did they lose to Adelaide? Correct me if I'm wrong. Or they beat Adelaide.
Yes, they did lose to Adelaide
They
a
lost
couple
to
of weeks
Adelaide
ago.
a few
About a month
weeks
ago now,
That's
yeah.
right. Far out, that's 4 weeks, yeah.
By a point, and they lost to Carlton the week before that. So they've had maybe, 2 wins out of their last 4 games?
Yeah.
And the week before that, they belted Sydney. So, it's been,
They're
they've just
doing
been
what they needed to
okay.
do.
Yeah, Geelong haven't been that exciting, to say the least. Brisbane, on the other hand, they've kind of gotten
They're well and truly back.
Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. And they've been, the last 5 weeks or 4 weeks of this has been great.
They have.
Brisbane.
In the corresponding fixture last year, I'm pretty sure the Lions beat them.
They absolutely did. It was
and
the first time
a
in
crucial
21
game,
years or 22
It
years.
was a massive win in the context of the Brisbane season last year.
It was. It very much was. And I think it can't set up that Brisbane's back half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Low-key, they're making this game a bit of a rivalry for Brisbane and Geelong now. They're playing them once at the Gabba, once down at Geelong.
Always a cracker.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think both teams are travelling pretty decently. So this will be a very, very big game in the context of the top 4 even for both, because they're both on the same points.
Yeah.
And I think percentage is the only thing that's separating them. So in saying that, who are we tipping?
I'm tipping the Cats at home.
Okay.
Cats at home. Cats at home. But if you're looking for an upset, this is as obvious of a statement as it is. Go the Lions. But Cats at home just. They haven't done anything for me to write them off. They're playing good enough footy. They had a couple of injuries. Yeah. They lost to Freo by a kick.
Yeah.
So I'm not too harsh on them for losing against Freo.
Yep.
And they really play bad footy at GMHBA.
GMHBA Stadium. You're not wrong. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Geelong should get over the line. As good as Brisbane has been, and as good as their form as of late has been, even though we just said Geelong have won 1 or 2 games out of their last 4. I think they should still scrape over the line. I think this will help them cement their spot in the top 4. Now, if Brisbane get over the line, I don't think it's a massive shock to any of us.
No.
I think it's just two heavyweight teams going at it, and
If
the better.
Geelong lose badly, though, I'm gonna say we might start questioning Geelong.
Yeah, more or less. I think we might start questioning their top 4 credentials more than anything else. But I think they should get over the line comfortably against Brisbane at home and cement themselves in the top 4.
Fair enough.
Moving on, Friday night,
we go to
AFL and their rubbish again.
SCG first. We go to the SCG first for the
I hate this so much.
Sydney and the Bulldogs, which I think is going to be a very, very good game, mind you. And then over in Perth, the double header we've got on Friday night.
The Eagles.
The Eagles and the Crows at Optus Stadium.
Let's start with the Sydney game. Now, how good are the Doggies away from Marvel Stadium?
I don't know. I don't think very well. I think you might. Don't think very well.
I do not remember the Doggies. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sydney haven't been playing that well as well the last couple of weeks.
This is going to be an interesting game.
This will be a very interesting game, to say the least.
The Swans are like...
The Swans are playing with their
tumbling,
food right now.
They're tumbling, yeah.
They're definitely playing with their food right now.
And the Dogs need wins.
And the Dogs need to get their shit together. They need to eat their food. The Dogs.
They need to stop playing. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Food.
So it's 2nd versus 8th, and Sydney have probably piled on a couple of wins early in the season, which is what's kept them 2nd.
100%.
But I don't think they're playing like they're 2nd right now. And the Doggies, they're holding in. They're holding into the top 8 spot.
Games that they should. They beat the Saints a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they won 3 games in a row, and then they got plastered by Adelaide.
There you go. So we don't know
it's
which
a very interesting game.
Which Doggies team is going to turn up. Their inconsistency is tantalising.
Well, Sydney are hot favourites. They're $1.34 to
at the
the
SCG,
Doggies 33.30. So the SCG almost is like a ground that only Sydney can play well at.
100%.
Almost. I don't remember the last big team that they've probably played there. Probably the Giants in their crosstown rivalry. But outside of that, I probably couldn't tell you the last.
I think it has similar dimensions to Cardinia Park.
Yeah, probably.
Or GMHB Stadium, really thin.
Narrow ground. Yeah, absolutely. So, in saying all that, and depending on which version of each one of these teams shows up, who do we have for this game?
I'm tipping Sydney.
Yep.
But not
confidently.
Not confidence.
Yeah, fair enough, to be honest. Yeah, Sydney haven't been convincing. That's the problem.
That's the problem, exactly. Yeah.
So,
tip the Swans, but...
Yeah, we're not going to be surprised if the Doggies do what they need to do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I can't tip against Sydney at the SCG. If this was a Marvel, I genuinely would tip the Doggies. But because it's at the SCG, I genuinely can't see it going past Sydney. But again, like the game before this, I would not be surprised if the Doggies got over the line. And then the second game...
It doesn't feel like a 2nd versus 8th. It feels like a 7 versus 8th.
8th, yeah. I agree, especially with Sydney's form. So we both have Sydney for that game. And then the other game on Friday night, which is the West Coast Adelaide game out in Perth.
West Coast get up for this fixture against the Crows.
Okay.
West Coast.
Okay.
I don't know what substances that team takes. They get up for this game against the Crows. I don't know what the history says, but I don't know. I'm tipping the Crows here. Mate, let me get that out of the way. Okay. I'm tipping West Coast. Adelaide.
Okay.
But I think hopefully West Coast make it challenging.
Fair enough. I think I agree with you. And usually I try and pick a team that I think might put up a fight to tip.
This is mine. The Eagles will put up a fight.
The Eagles will put up a fight. I don't tip them because I don't think they'll actually win. But I'll tip Adelaide again, a lot like you. But I expect the West Coast to put up a much bigger fight than they did last week against Carlton, to say the least. Absolutely rubbish. Now, Saturday afternoon. I don't know why on earth this game is at 1:15 p.m. This is some shocking shit.
I'll tell you why. There's some law about games being played in Tassie
later in the day.
Earlier. So it can't be moved back to like 12 or something. It has to be played after 12.
Brother, I'm talking about why can't they play this on like a Saturday night at DMCG or some shit.
Okay, fair enough. We're not talking about the timing.
No, I'm talking 1:15 for Melbourne Hawthorn.
It's disrespectful.
Genuinely, I don't understand. Because the game that's actually at the primetime slot on Saturday night is Richmond versus Carlton. No disrespectful.
Two
big Victorian teams. But I'll be honest with you, 5 freaking Richmond supporters are going to show up to this game. And 50,000 Carlton supporters are going to show. So I don't really. It does not make sense. Your money wise.
No one predicted Carlton to be where they were though.
Okay, even worse. That's even worse. That's even bloody worse. The fact that they've put Carlton and Richmond, 2 teams that no one expected to be playing well, at the prime time slot of Saturday night, and they've decided to put the Hawthorn Melbourne game at 1:15. Brother, get your
no one's watching that game
together, bro.
No one's watching that game at 1:15 on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, that's my point. And it's not even in Melbourne.
Yeah,
so it's not like people can even show up to the game. It's in Tasmania.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the AFL's fixturing.
You're not watching that game. That's the worst part. If it was on Saturday night, good chance I'm watching that game.
People would show up. People would watch it.
You're putting it 1:15
It's
on a Saturday
at Tasmania on Saturday
People
afternoon.
have kids footy. People have shopping to do. People
have lives.
People have lives. They're not watching that game. Anyways.
Interestingly enough, Melbourne Hawthorn or Hawthorn Melbourne, whichever way you want to look at this, Hawthorn actually got plastered by Melbourne early this year.
They did, yes, they did.
I went to that game.
They did.
And
G,
Hawthorn were very shocking in that
yeah.
game. Now, obviously, this game is being played down in Launceston. It's Hawthorn's second home ground.
They have such a good record there, Hawthorn.
They absolutely do. So, Hawthorn are outright favourites, 3rd versus 7th. This is probably more of a game that looks like 2nd versus 3rd versus 2nd rather than... They need to swap the numbers of Sydney and Melbourne.
It does.
At this point. So, Hawthorn versus Melbourne. The Hawks have actually been travelling decently, to say...
Oh, they're cruising.
Yeah,
they're cruising.
Cruise control.
They're cruising.
Autopilot. Cruise
they,
control.
They do what they need to do. They did this. They went to the Gold Coast. They did the same last week. They said we need to take care of the Giants.
Yep.
14 points. Job done.
Yeah.
Cruise control.
They're genuinely in cruise control. They nearly slipped that game. Let that game slip against the Giants last week.
They were almost in 2 cruise
They
control.
almost let go of the throttle for a bit, but they got
done.
control of the game. Yeah, they got the job done. Melbourne have also been doing okay.
They slipped though. They lost a couple of games now. They lost to the
They
Crows,
lost to Adelaide.
and I think they lost the week before.
Nah, they beat Essendon. Everybody thought they might have pulled off another gather round shenanigans, but
before that, then I think
they beat Collingwood on King's birthday.
maybe their only slip up was against.
I think it was just
Adelaide.
against Adelaide. The week before that,
And the
Giants.
I knew there was a slip
So
up
they've
there
lost.
somewhere.
Yeah, they've won 2 out of the last 4. And the week before that, they
And
lost
the
to the
Dogs.
Doggies. Yes,
There was
so
a
they've
slip up.
technically only won 1 out of the last.
I felt like they were on the verge of top 4, and then now they're.
The 7th, yeah. Absolutely. So they're playing Hawthorn. Now, early in the year, like I said, at the G, they took care of business Melbourne, and they got over the line against Hawthorn. I think these two are 2 different teams that are playing each other now. I don't think Melbourne's the same Melbourne that played Hawthorn.
I think Melbourne is getting tired.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Their brand of football, which is fast,
High
exciting, relies on pace.
Yeah.
You've got a young team. You've got a team that only had 1 preseason for this game plan.
Yeah.
Melbourne are getting tired. And Melbourne could finish outside the 8.
I'm glad you said that because I was about to say earlier that we spoke about out of those 5 teams that are around 8th to 11th, who's going to finish 8th to 12th? Who's going to finish outside? And you said North Melbourne. I think Melbourne might be at risk of dropping out
I
too.
can see that. I can very much see that them slide out.
Especially if Carlton continue the way they're going right now and Collingwood, more or less get their shit together. Melbourne could potentially be pushed out of that top 10. So,
not the worst shout.
Yeah. I'm tipping Hawthorn for this game. I think Hawthorn should continue their cruise control and get over the line comfortably.
Hawks in Tassie for me too.
Yeah,
And don't tip against Hawthorn in Tassie.
Unlike Melbourne, Alice Springs.
Yeah.
All
right.
There are 2 games 20 minutes apart. I don't know what's going on.
No one's watching this game either.
I think there's more of a chance of people watching the last 2 games of this on Saturday
100%.
than there is the first 2. Even though the first one is probably the best game out of all of them. But yeah, second game 20 minutes after the Melbourne Hawthorn game starts.
Giants and Freo.
At Manuka Oval.
Now, the Giants play well in Canberra.
I think the Giants have been playing shit.
But they play well in Canberra. They got a good record in Canberra. Their fans, whatever number of fans they have, they show up when they're in Canberra. So
whatever number of fans they have.
I don't know how long.
Do they stand a damn chance against the first place Freo?
They do. The Giants, okay, maybe their record isn't that good. They've won 19 and they've lost 21 games. The Giants have played a lot. The Giants play a lot in Canberra.
Yeah.
So they've won. Their record is almost about 50%. So maybe not that good. I take that back.
And they're playing against top
The
of the ladder. Yep. And Freo.
So I don't know. Gut feel.
Giants.
No logic involved here.
Yep.
We can do it. We can tip how we like. I need an upset. I'm tipping the Giants.
Okay.
No logic whatsoever.
Yeah, fair enough. Sometimes you just have them. So,
tipping the Giants.
Fair enough. I'm tipping Freo. I just don't see a way in which the Giants
don't have a weakness, do they? Freo.
Well, not only do they not have a weakness, I don't see a way in which the Giants can actually get over the line against Freo. Honestly,
there's no logic.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fine because sometimes you have those gut feels, and I think for your sake and for the people that are watching the tip's sake, they
don't listen to me or listen.
Listen, I think the Sydney Doggies game is a better chance
of an upset
than this shit.
There's no logic here.
But yeah.
Can't even defend it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not.
No, I'm tipping the Giants.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm tipping Freo. Yeah, I just don't see a way in which the Giants beat Freo, and I don't see a way in Freo lose this game. Twilight Saturday, 4:15 up at People's First Stadium. Now, this is going to be an interesting game too. And it's going to be a very interesting game.
It's a very important game for Collingwood to win.
Yeah, I mean for both teams, I'll be honest.
For both teams, but for Collingwood, in the context of your season,
yep,
this is one of those that could dictate whether you finish top 10 or not.
Well, we're sitting 10th at the moment.
This is an 8-point game. It's an 8-point game.
Yeah.
4 points for you guys to win, obviously, and then taking 4 points off the Suns.
Yes.
Massive game.
Which, in saying that, could also probably plummet the Suns further down the ladder.
Massive.
If they lose. I don't think... it makes a difference
No,
for
it makes a massive difference because you're almost saying to the Suns, it's going to be harder for you to finish top 10. It's going to be easier for us to finish top 10.
Well, who was St Kilda? Well, yeah, Carlton and St Kilda realistically should win their games. So if they do, they'll both be on top
pressure.
Yep. So Gold Coast versus Collingwood at People's First Stadium, 10th versus 11th, or whichever way you want to read that. I'm tipping the Pies.
I'm tipping the Suns.
Okay.
I'm not confident here, but
I'm confident.
I think the Suns at home. I'm still going to tip them when the Suns play at home. So they play okay. They're playing rubbish football. So
they're playing horrible, bro.
Just the Suns at home.
The only thing about this game that will maybe make me think the Suns will win it is that they've lost how many games in a row now?
They need a click at some point.
So they need, they're at that point, and I hate the fact that we're playing them this week.
Yeah.
But they've lost today? Last weekend they lost to Freo. The weekend before that they lost to Hawthorn at home. The week before that they lost to Geelong. They got plastered.
They've been getting belted.
The week before that they got plastered by Brisbane. So they haven't won a game in 5 weeks or 6 weeks.
I think it was Darwin the last.
The week before that they had a bye. The week before that they lost to North by... Yeah, I think that Darwin game in round 9 or 10 might be the last win against Port.
Almost 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah, so they haven't won a game in 7 weeks.
Yeah.
If they somehow manage to lose this game to Collingwood,
goodbye. Over.
Yeah, wipe your hands clean. Get ready for preseason in October because there's no way.
We won't be talking about the Suns again.
Yeah, you won't actually hear the Suns come out of our names after this.
Done.
So... Unfortunately, I feel like this game might be the game that they actually get up.
It's a fish.
It's going to be a big crowd. It's Collingwood.
Yeah, massive.
There's probably their biggest game of the year.
100%.
So outside of probably the Q Clash. So I think this might be the game they might get up for, but I'm tipping Collingwood.
Fair enough. I'm tipping the Suns, not for what you mentioned, just purely because they're at home and they're capable of beating Collingwood.
Fair enough. And Saturday night, the last game of Saturday is Richmond versus Carlton at the MCG. Do we need to have any conversations?
We don't want to spend too much time on this, except to say Richmond Carlton produces some insane football. Take you back last year. We were up
round one.
We were up by 43, 46 points.
One of our favourite games.
We choked. The great Carlton choke.
Yep.
This year, Tom Lynch.
You should have lost that game.
Should have lost it. Yeah, absolutely.
You had no business winning that game. Tom Lynch
couldn't kick straight.
Mr. Imposter.
And that was our only game for the first 8 weeks of football. Only win for the first. We couldn't even enjoy that win. It was such a bad win.
It wasn't even an ugly win. It was a treacherous win.
You couldn't win it. You cannot even be proud say you on. So
yeah.
That's all I'll say about Carlton Richmond. It just produces like
shit that no one expects.
So on that, look, take that out. I'm still tipping Carlton. But
damn you, Carlton! Why you guys are playing well?
We're a serious football club, and we've shown last week we were able to get the job done against West Coast.
Knowing Carlton, they'll lose this game. Knowing Carlton, they will somehow find a way to lose this game. 100%. And the worst part is the fact that you're agreeing with me because you know 100%. What they're like.
I'm starting to have a little bit more trust after beating Essendon and beating West Coast in our last 6 weeks.
Bro, they're not voodoo teams for you guys. That's the problem.
Richmond is just one of those. It doesn't matter.
Richmond haven't been playing that well. They've been playing atrociously. But you're right. Tipping Carlton, and as much as I hate saying this out loud, I'm tipping Carlton too.
They should get the job done.
They should get the job done, but again, another game this weekend. We should not be surprised if Richmond somehow do something to win this game.
Oh, yeah, man. The last couple, Richmond, Carlton, last few, was always just
drama. Drama. Hollywood drama. Sunday, the first of those two rubbish games, I'll be honest with you, is Essendon versus St Kilda, 18th versus 3rd. Who would have thought, after all that the St Kilda did on the off-season...
They're still 13th.
They're still 13th. They're not even like 13th. They've been playing well and we think they can... They're 13th and they've been absolutely rubbish.
It's so bad.
They've had one good week in the last how many weeks?
But did you also have Essendon to be 18th and stuck at the bottom of the ladder?
I had them to be in the bottom 2 or 3 teams.
Okay,
I agree.
Fair enough.
I think, to me, West Coast, Richmond, and Essendon were going to be the bottom 3 teams. I just didn't think it was going to be this bad for Essendon.
They've had one win for the whole season.
They've had one win in one calendar year.
Yeah.
In
bad.
Since June, whatever this was, 2020.
Dream time of the G last year. They've had one win against Melbourne.
Which is disgusting. Which is absolutely disgusting. So, yeah, even the dream time at the G this year, no one gave them a chance. No one gave Richmond a chance, and Richmond beat them. So, I'm just going to continue that trend. St Kilda should definitely win this game.
Let's not waste any more time. Yeah, St Kilda
have no business winning this game.
Although the Bombers looked okay for patches in this game. In their game against North
last week,
they looked okay. I watched probably more than I should have that game, but I watched a fair bit of that game.
They must have entertained you somehow.
Kakao, Al Ashkar, and Caddy forward of the ball. Sullivan, Roby, Merritt. They just looked okay. They got to within 2 goals of North Melbourne for large patches of the game. And they looked, at one point I thought maybe Essendon could get over the top. In the end, North were too good and they kicked away. But there was if I was a Bombers fan, there was some shining moments in that game. There was a lot of positives to take out. So
I don't know if that's going to change.
I don't know if that's enough, but
how long have you been seeing little shiny patches?
I saw enough to say, maybe the Bombers won't be that bad. But
we'll see.
So I'm still tipping the Saints.
Yeah.
And the last
game of the round,
absolutely,
is Port versus North Melbourne at Adelaide Oval.
Who wins?
Port. I don't have
North for me.
North shit. For me. Why?
They play well. North are playing well.
They're playing better than Port?
They're not playing better than Port. Look, Port probably should win.
Their ladder position does not tell you how decently of a season they're having.
Oh, Port?
Yeah,
I agree with you. They've lost 5 or 6 games by under a
Leicester
kick. Yeah. I don't know. North are playing good football.
And they finally knocked off Adelaide last week in the showdown. So
No, I don't know. I like North here. They're playing good football. They're finding ways to beat teams. They're still getting plastered occasionally, but they're doing the enough.
Someone was saying to me today, what's the chances Essendon plaster them after what's been happening for the last month almost, where they've been getting plastered one week and they've been winning by... But obviously they got over the line against Essendon last week.
Maybe they're due for a plastering. Maybe they show up again. But I like what I've seen.
We'll have to see.
So that wraps us up.
Yeah, you picked North. Yep.
North, Port.
Yeah, absolutely. That does wrap us up. Round 17, we're 2 months out from the finals now?
Yeah, wow.
8 more games left.
I'm going to save it.
Finally, the bye rounds are done. Finally. Great work on the AFL for fixturing 1/3 of the season as byes. Absolute rubbish, to be completely honest with you. But, yeah, bye rounds are done. We're back to having 9 games on the weekend. Please, for the love of God, stop fixturing 2 games on Friday night. Put 3 games on Sunday.
Not built for the nuffy.
I want to watch these games in peace. Like, just allow the second Friday night game Sunday they're playing 2 games.
Yeah.
Why the hell don't they just play this at West Coast Adelaide? There's gonna be 5 people that are gonna watch that game.
There's only
Play that on
the good
Sunday.
news is I think there's only 2 more
double headers
in the next 8 weeks.
Oh, I hope they're not 2 good games. I hope they're 2 shit like 1 shit game and 1 good game.
Anyways,
we'll complain about it when it comes.
There. Yeah.
But yeah, with that, guys, take care. We'll see you guys next week for round 18. Ciao.